Guys, manifesting a specific person really is a very quick thing to do. Now, this doesn't mean that if you've been at this for a while and you haven't gotten results that anything is wrong or that you're not doing something right, right? This isn't to shame or to condemn you or to discourage you. In fact, it is the opposite, to encourage you. Because in reality, manifesting a specific person is a quick thing. Oftentimes, what takes us time is working through the past story, releasing, letting go of untrue beliefs. Once we feel as though we're in a loving relationship, it's very quick. I'm going to share the biggest thing I think that, if fixed, you will see extremely quick change. And this is letting go of unconscious thoughts. You may say, what do you mean by unconscious thoughts, Joseph? Unconscious thoughts are going to be any thoughts from the past, because the purpose behind your unconscious or subconscious is to collect information and to store it, right? You can think of all your memories of when you were a child. You can think of all past relationships. You can think of lovely experiences. You can think of painful experiences. This is all collected subconsciously. Now, when we're manifesting a specific person and we're now imagining them to be ideal, the biggest block is typically, there is a lot of thoughts to the contrary, and all of these thoughts to the contrary come from the subconscious mind. I'm sure by this point we're on the same page. You understand what it is that I'm saying. Now, the important part and the question is, how do I release this? Neville talks about this in, I don't know what lecture, but I had it as my screensaver for quite a while. The verse that he had was, learn to become still, remove your attention away from what you don't want and the emotional charge that comes with it, and place your attention on what you do want. Now let's break this down. Learn to become still. How do I become still? I must rise above thought. How do I rise above thought? Rising above thought is only possible when I am not thinking. In the beginning stages, what would happen to me is I would have thoughts, and then I would try to combat these unideal thoughts with ideal thoughts, and all that would happen is I would just spiral. I would spiral and I would have all this emotional turmoil, and I would feel like I wasn't doing things right. I came up with this saying, the only way that I win is if I don't play. So when I'm having these unconscious thoughts or these worrisome thoughts or these fear-based thoughts or these thoughts from the past, the only way that I win is to not play. Now, how do I become aware without having thoughts? The easiest way is either take a couple of deep breaths. My favorite breath is inhale through the nose until your lungs are full, and then take a second inhale and slowly breathe. If you do about 8 or 10 of these, it'll slow your mind down to where you will stop thinking, and it'll remove you out of the beta brainwave. After you do about 8 to 10 of these, you're going to feel way more present and alert, and you're going to notice all that energy in motion, all those unideal thoughts, for the most part, are going to be now out of your mind, which then makes it extremely easy for you to imagine and feel whatever it is that you like to imagine and feel. Another thing that you can do is to become aware of the space that surrounds you. Every room has space. I'm not in your room, but I know your room has space. How do I know that? Because you wouldn't be able to exist in that room without space. Space is the equivalent of our awareness internally. Our awareness of being is the same as space outside. This is why they say thoughts are things. We have thoughts within the space of awareness, and they pop out as things in the space of the 3D reality. And so I must learn to become still, to remove my attention, my awareness from thinking in relation to these untrue thoughts, to rise in consciousness, and then place my attention on what I would love to experience. This is the key. If you understand this, manifesting will become 1,000 times easier. There will be no need to manifest or affirm until you're blue in the face. There will be no need to stress. You can simply just imagine what you love and feel what you love to be true now. And you'll notice it'll be extremely easy for you to accept these. The only times I've really ever found it hard for me to accept an affirmation to be true is when my mind is racing with unlovely thoughts or untrue beliefs, and I'm trying to affirm over that, because in that moment, I'm conscious of being the personality. When I'm conscious of being the awareness, which is lack of thought, it is very easy for me to assume I am whoever it is that I desire to be, as all states exist within me now. And I simply just surrender to it. I allow myself to be it. I allow myself to merge with it. I allow myself to experience it. That's all there is to it. There's no force. I don't make it so. As Neville says, this will cause failure if I am. I simply surrender it to being so now, as every state exists within me now. So again, The key is whenever you're having the old story come up, or the reasons why you can't do it, or this happened, or the person said this 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, a year ago, 2 minutes ago, I rise in consciousness, which means that I take my attention away from the story in my head and all the reasons why I can't have it or be it. Take a couple of deep breaths, or I simply become aware of the space within the room all around me. And within a couple of minutes, my mind will become extremely clear and present. Then from there, I can attach myself to being my ideal now. And it's very easy to catch the mood or to affirm and to accept the affirmation I'm saying, or to visualize, or whatever technique that you find most helpful. This is the effortless, easy way to manifest. And this is really the foundation of manifesting is this. Because obviously, if you don't engage in unideal thoughts, you won't engage or won't experience unideal experiences. And you now know how to control your inner world so that you only imagine and entertain what you love. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, please do like, subscribe, and share. The more that happens, the more the beautiful people on YouTube can benefit from this wonderful information. I hope you guys have a good New Year.